And there is good news tonight about honoring those who served and the community that came out in force to pay tribute to a man they didn't even know. There's a saying in the military, leave no one behind. It's part of a soldier's commitment to service and sacrifice. That's why when 86-year-old U.S. Marine Corps veteran Gerry Brooks passed away alone recently and no kin came forward, the Riposta Funeral Home in Belfast, Maine posted a notice in the newspaper reading, if you would like to assist with being a pallbearer or simply attend, please contact the funeral home.
There have been tears shed for this man.
And on the day they laid Gerry to rest, a surprise. More than 500 strangers showed up at the Maine Veterans Memorial Cemetery in Augusta to say goodbye.
People came from everywhere.
Jim Roberts from the Veterans of Foreign Wars, along with funeral director Katie Riposta, helped arrange this service with military honors.
What was it like, that moment that you saw hundreds of people showing up to honor him?
It's an overwhelming feeling of just patriotism, and it just, the respect that everyone was there showing is overwhelming.
Everybody just wanted to be part of something that was spectacular, something that was awesome in honoring Gerry.
They came out in sweltering heat to remember a man they'd never met. Dozens from military motorcycle clubs, others stepping up with a 21-gun salute, and even a flyover.
So many people willing to show that no soldier should be left behind.
It is absolutely unifying.
Unifying and healing, too, for the few who did know Gerry, like Victoria Abbott from the soup kitchen, where he used to spend time.
He always had a smile on his face. It was remarkable how many people came out to honor a man who really, in our little world, was bigger than life.
The service, a touching tribute to a fallen veteran.
How did this experience impact you?
It's heartening, to say the least, that there are still people that want to honor veterans.
It's so profound. It's so meaningful.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.